It's quite simply the biggest game of the season. Cutthroat finals football starts with the A-League's original rivalry, the 31st edition of the Big Blue, as the Melbourne Victory play host to Sydney FC. Ever since the first weekend of this competition in 2005, this fixture has been must-watch television, and tonight is no exception. So the 31st edition of the Big Blue. And what a match in prospect. They have met in a grand final at this venue. Sydney FC won that one on penalties. Extra time and penalties will be required tonight, should they not be split at full time. Robbie Slater, what a game in prospect.
Well, it's a massive weekend. 4 teams go into battle. The Spanish Revolution up to the Central Coast tomorrow, but it's all about the Big Blue here tonight. Sydney FC coming to look to spoil Kevin Muscat's party. Melbourne Victory in great form at the moment. Big win in the Asian Champions League over the champions of Asia, Evergrande, a side that has 30 times the budget of Melbourne Victory. And of course a super performance against Wellington last week. But Sydney, great record this year. 2 victories, 1 a 5-0 thrashing here at Etihad, and 1 draw, as you mentioned, Speedy, only 3 weeks ago.
Well read by German, but now he's got to get back because Barbarousis is away. Ognanovski choosing the right time to step up, but here's Troisi. And again, Ognanovski with the clearance. Hasn't heard from Ange Postecoglou. Big Sash Ognanovski, 35 years of age, but Socceroos coach here to watch tonight. Has another centre-half, picks the pocket of Del Piero, Contreras. Now Troisi, great vision. Here comes Archie Thompson! The Victory 1-0 up! Archie Thompson does it again, and it's been an emotional week for the Victory striker. He dedicates another goal to his brother-in-law Baz, and he's the A-League's greatest ever goal scorer again. He goes ahead of Shane Smeltz, goal number 78 in his glittering A-League career.
Well, it's a brilliant finish from Archie Thompson in a transition. Once they won the ball, Del Piero dispossessed and they were on their way. It was Contreras just picking the pocket of Del Piero. He's on his way, gets his head up, he's got Troisi. From there, they're in trouble. Look at the run of Thompson coming in there unmarked. What about that for a ball from Troisi? Puts it on a plate, he opens himself up, Thompson, and that is a cool and calm and composed finish from the man you want to have on your side in the finals. The record man, Archie Thompson. A brilliant setup, brilliant assist from James Troisi.
We were hoping to have the referees mic'd up tonight so the viewers at home could hear the explanations from the referee, but FIFA knocked that on the head. Jerome Valka, FIFA Secretary General, sending a letter through to the FFA saying we won't be doing that on our watch. Garcia, good challenge with Contreras. There's Dimitrijevic again. Find Chianese in the middle. Now Del Piero. Now to Abbas, and here's a go! Look who's popped up again! Sebastian Ryle just loves playing the Melbourne Victory. Sydney FC back on level terms. It's 1-1.
And it's a good finish as well. Does it go through the legs of Coe? But Del Piero picked up the ball in space, laid it out to Abbas. The first time cross. They didn't clear their lines properly. Here they leave Del Piero. Slides this one out. The ball, well, he picks him out, doesn't he? And that's a good finish. Calm finish from Sebastian Ryle. Clever run. Finishes that one well. And they're back on level terms after a good period of pressure. Too much pace on it. It's too close to him for Nathan Coe to be able to stop that.
Well, it's just his 9th A-League goal, and the lion's share have come against the Melbourne Victory.
Sydney have made a great comeback.
Del Piero, beautiful little touch. Thinking about the shot perhaps, wasn't on, so he found Chianese. He tries the shot. Blocked by Broxham. Will there be time for this corner? Peter Green looks like he'll let it go. Del Piero just ambling across to take it.
And Kevin Muscat's up asking the 4th official.
And this be the perfect time for Sydney FC to strike. Del Piero's delivery. Ognanovski, well, he put a man on the deck. And that's why the whistle went foul against the Og Monster. And there goes the halftime whistle. Well, what a 45 minutes we just witnessed. Archie Thompson gave Melbourne Victory the lead. They had loads of open spaces to try and double that advantage, but Sydney FC hit back, and who else but Sebastian Ryle, his 3rd goal against his former club this season alone. That's why we have the scoreline at halftime of Melbourne Victory 1, Sydney FC 1. So the second half underway, 1-1 at halftime. What do you think is in store in this second half, Robbie Slater?
Well, Sydney would certainly like to start off where they left off. They really came back into that game in the last 20 minutes.
Here's Terry Antonis winning an early corner.
Well, he moved late, didn't he? Nathan Coe. Terrific strike from Terry Antonis against Perth last week. And this one, it's plenty of room. They don't close him down quick enough. 2 touches. It's probably going wide. Nathan Coe wasn't to know that.
Well aware what Antonis did last week after the video sessions, and taking no chances, the Victory keeper. Now Del Piero's corner. He's got a second crack at it. Good ball whipped in 2, and what a save from Coe! Breathtaking to deny Matthew German.
Well, second phase of the set piece, Del Piero. Absolute quality delivery. And a thumping header. And look at this, not only does he get his right arm up, but it's a strong right hand that tips it over the bar from Matthew German. Terrific save.
Now he's asking for a break from the referee under all sorts of pressure, Nathan Coe. And this time, well, Milligan got a little touch after winning the header. Well, Nathan Coe, he lost his spot, didn't he, to Lawrence Thomas, who had 5 games in the Victory goal, but Nathan Coe's 3rd straight start, and brilliant stuff.
I think there has been sort of a mindset with both sets of players in the last 7 or 8 minutes that, that fear of maybe committing too many men forward, conceding a late goal and maybe just waiting till sometimes they just find themselves waiting for extra time.
Good possession here from the Victory, and Contreras says, I want to win this in 90. He pushes on. Pablo Contreras trying to make something happen.
Well, they wanted him to shoot, didn't they?
Galloway, intelligent ball out to Traore in the space. And Troisi, good feet, around one, around a couple. James Troisi drives it in. And now Traore dinking it. Here comes Guy Figler! The Melbourne Victory are going to march on to week 2 of the finals. And the A-League finals throws up late drama. First up in 2014.
Well, it's a big moment. A terrific cross. Troisi got a second look at it. It was his first positive run that made the opportunity, but I do feel there was a mistake from a Sydney player I think it might have been Garcia. It wasn't intentional. Here's the first move. Troisi goes around Ryle, then gets in. This one's blocked. It comes back out, and I think it's Garcia there. And then the little dink just into an area. Guy Finkler, who's found space so difficult to find, finds this one, and it's a clinical finish, which in all likelihood will win the game for the victory and send them off into another finals game next week. Cruel on Sydney.
It's so good for Kevin Muscat in so many respects. He didn't want the extra 30 minutes with that trip to Korea to come. Well, it's been some kind of celebration. You'd reckon we're going to around 94:30 on the clock. So long did the victory celebrate. But Guy Finkler's 9th goal of the season has them in front. Ognanovski thrown forward. Won the flick on and was inches away from setting up Del Piero.
Well, they've just thrown everyone forward. Sasha Ognanovski as well.
He's onside nearly, no. Just left that fraction early. James Troisi. And here comes a late reinforcement, Jimmy Jegger.
When you look at that ball they play there, no need to play that from victory. It's just going to pile the pressure on. Offside, the ball's near the halfway, and this will come into the area. Guy Finkler after scoring what looks like the winner. But hold on to your hats.
Standing ovation for the Fink. An absolute star of the competition. 9th of the season, and how many players would blaze away in that situation? He said, a side foot finish will be enough here. I'll just put him in the bottom corner and put my team through to week 2 of the finals. Or are they? Petkovic drives it. Contreras rises. Dimitrijevic back in. Could have been an offside flag against a couple of Sydney FC players, but it doesn't matter now. And Barbarousis was moving on. Troisi should really have found him there. It's going to be okay for the victory. And Barbarousis onside if Thompson plays him. Uses Troisi instead.
And Troisi says, hang on a minute, we don't need to score anymore.
And Thompson will head to that corner flag he normally celebrates with, an old friend. And there is the full-time whistle. Kevin Muscat celebrates. What a win for the Melbourne victory. And what about the form they are in at the moment? 3 wins in 6 days. They beat the Wellington Phoenix 4-1. They beat the champions of Asia, Guangzhou Evergrande. And now they've beaten their original rivals. Sebastian Ryle's goal, not enough. The Melbourne victory in stoppage time, courtesy of Guy Finkler, eliminates Sydney FC from this year's title race.
Well, Finkler's goals nearly brought the roof off here. Absolutely extraordinary. Right at the death, victory found something to win the game.
Extra time not required. And great awareness as well from Adama Traore. Is that the final game for Alessandro Del Piero in the Hyundai A-League? He'll lead the A-League All-Stars against his former club Juventus later in the year, but will that be his final bow? And is it his final game in Sydney FC colours? But Kevin Muscat, he treated Guy Finkler with kid gloves as well, didn't he, at the start of the campaign? He was under pressure to start the Brazilian, but he kept on using him off the bench and waited till he was ready after that ACL injury last year. Kept him out for 12 months, but the Fink back with a bang and the winner tonight. Full time here, Melbourne victory 2, Sydney FC 1.